All right. Good morning. So you guys are chiming in. If you can keep your mute on, but turn on your cameras. I'd love to see some faces out there. There we are. Look at you. Zay, I see you. Kennedy, good morning. Huh? Well, Miss Haley's in the building. Shout out to Dayton, the Dayton squad. Let's go. Yes. What was that? Shout out to West Prep. I see y'all. Mr. Torres, good morning, sir. Who is this? Mr. Thomason. Mr. Coates, good morning. I need some more cameras. I need to see some more faces. Dayton's the only ones having fun over there. That's how we do.
Maurice, this is Alex, Mr. Torres. Hey, listen. So I can't have the camera on. My students can't access Zoom on their Chromebook, so I have you up on the screen. So, but we're all listening in.
Awesome. Well, shout out to Spring Valley.
Say hi guys. There we go.
Yeah, Spring Valley High School's in the building.
Yeah, we the same way.
Okay, Coach, I see you, Mr. Williams. Desert Rose. There they go. Okay, guys, we're going to get started in just a little bit here as more of our participants are joining the room. We do have some special guests for you. We got some awesome things for you. As you can see, my virtual background, I went to the lab on you guys, right? I went to the lab. We're doing some STEM. We're talking about STEM. We're talking about robotics. We're talking about science, right? So I'm excited. You guys should be excited because you are the future and STEM is the future for sure, right? So make sure you guys are engaged. We're gonna ask for some engagement through the chat. We might have a little Q&A, so be ready to type in the chat and respond. Matter of fact, right now, you know what? I'm gonna ask a random one. So my random one for the chat right now. What's your favorite food? What do you like to eat? Kennedy, give me your favorite food right now. Give me your favorite food. Ireland, what's your favorite food? Don't yell at me though. Don't yell at me. I
like French fries.
French fries, okay. Okay, go back to mute. Throw it in the chat. Pizza. Steak. Who got steak? That's my kind of meal right there. Tacos. Steak. All my steak people, we gotta hang out. Very nice. Good. Hey, make sure we're mute, guys. Make sure we're mute. We'll utilize the chat. We'll utilize the cameras if you can. Right? And it is go time. So welcome everybody to our live session. We have 2 guest speakers for you. And then we also have a video at the end. So without further ado, I will introduce our first speaker. Ryan Bellows joined Nevada Energy in 2010 as a Director of Labor and Relations and Chief Negotiator, and was promoted in 2021 to Vice President, Government and External Relations. So he representing the NV Energy, Mr. Ryan Bellows. Mr. Bellows, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and unmute.
Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me okay?
There we go, we got you.
Okay, had a little bit of fading there out. So hey, good morning everyone. I'm excited to be here with you today. I'm Ryan Bellows. I'm the I'm the Vice President of Government and External Relations at NV Energy. I'm happy to be here with you today. And on behalf of the NV Energy Foundation, I'd just like to welcome each of you to today's virtual workshop, Walking Through the STEM Door, which is brought to you by our foundation. And we're just so proud to support Jobs for Nevada Graduates and DRI on this unique opportunity. One of the NV Energy Foundation's, one of our key focuses is on STEM education, because we want to help fund organizations that are creating pathways for jobs in Nevada and for jobs throughout the state, in communities throughout the state. And so I just wanted to thank Jobs for Nevada and DRI for all that they do here in the state and in our communities, and for hosting this workshop as well. And so I've had a chance to look at the agenda that you'll be reviewing today, and it looks like an incredible opportunity. And so we hope that this workshop leaves you inspired to pursue a career in STEM and in energy. And I can tell you, we have problems that we don't have answers to yet. And so NV Energy and the state needs those answers and solutions. And we're hoping that you'd be part of that. And so looking forward to today's content, and just congratulations for being a part of today. And thank you again to Jobs for Nevada Graduates and DRI. So thanks a lot, and I'll kick it back over to you, Maurice.
Thank you, sir. Everybody in the chat, thank you, Mr. Bellows. Thank you, NV Energy. Throw it up real quick in the chat. Let's go. I hope you guys are excited as I am about STEM. Again, we're in the lab. You see me. I'm about to make some things back here. I got to work on my science stuff. But we do have our workshop presenter, Mr. Craig Rosen. And I got a brief introduction for you before I turn it over to him. Mr. Craig Rosen serves as a Community Engagement and Professional Development Administrator in the Desert Research Institute, that's DRI, Office of Education. He has been with DRI for nearly 9 years, working to innovate and improve STEM education throughout Nevada. He was a founding director for Nevada's STEAM Conference and has worked on projects funded by NASA, local utility companies, Tesla, and federal and state grants. Prior to that, he has served as director of the Las Vegas Science and Technology Festival, worked as a national consultant in informal education, and was director for religious schools in California and Nevada. Mr. Rosen sits on numerous boards and committees, has presented at statewide and national conferences, and received many awards as his work in STEM education. Craig holds a BA in Child Development and Psychology from CSUN and a Master's in Urban Leadership from our very own UNLV. So without further ado, help me welcome Mr. Craig Rosen. Throw a little welcome in the chat, guys.
Thank you, Maurice, and all the students here from Jobs for Nevada's Graduates. And a big thank you and shout out to NV Energy Foundation for sponsoring us today. I'm really excited to share with you this talk today called Walking Through the STEM Door. This is something I'm truly passionate in. And Maurice, don't blow anything up behind you. You know, mixing too many chemicals around can cause some, we'll be watching for that. So we're gonna have a good time and be as interactive as we can through this virtual process. And I wanna just get us started. Maybe just telling you a little bit about who I am. So I grew up in Los Angeles and lived most of my life there. Moved to Seattle for a bit and did some work up in Seattle, and then did a stint in Santa Barbara. Beautiful spot on the beach on the coast in California. If you've never been there, I encourage you to drive through and hang out on the beach. And then moved here to Las Vegas about 19 years ago, where I have been doing a lot of work here around science education and STEM education. As Maurice said, I have a bachelor's degree in early childhood education and a master's in urban leadership. So real broad background. And if you think about it, I have nothing to do with science in my education career. It's just something that I became passionate about and had the opportunity then to explore and bring to life. So right now I sit at the Desert Research Institute. And let me tell you a little bit about us. We are located right on Flamingo Avenue in Paradise. You might have seen us or driven by us before. We're in the same building as the National Atomic Testing Museum. So if you've ever been to that museum, then you've been to my offices as well. I'm up on the 3rd floor. And the Desert Research Institute is part of the Nevada system of higher education. So we're sisters with UNLV and UNR and CSN and Nevada State College. But it's very, very different here. We don't do any teaching out of our institute. We do solely environmental science and applied science research. So we're one of 8 institutions. We have 2 campuses, one here in Las Vegas. We have another campus up in Reno as well. And I have another office and I fly between our 2 offices. So I do serve the entire state of Nevada. DRI has been around over 60 years. We have over 450 scientists working here at any given time, doing all kinds of amazing research. And we'll talk a little bit about that. We have 100 PhDs here in about 40 different disciplines. And we have a lot of sponsored projects and bring in a lot of money for the state. And this is just, I love showing visuals because, you know, when you can see science come to life, it really inspires me to see all the really cool work that some of our scientists are doing. And as you can see, our scientists are working all over the globe, from the deepest caverns to the highest mountains and highest peaks, to the hottest climates in Death Valley, and to the coldest regions in Antarctica. We have scientists doing all kinds of really cool, impactful science research. You know, we're called the Desert Research Institute, and you may think, oh, they research the desert, but it's not true. We research all over the globe, and we have scientists right now doing research in Antarctica and Australia and Ghana in Africa. So we have really cool opportunities and cool research going on all over the world, as well as in our own backyard as well. So these are just some of the things that we do research in. So atmospheric sciences, so air and land, earth and ecosystem science, and water. We do a lot of research around water, especially here in Southern Nevada, where water is such a precious resource. We take a lot of opportunity to do that research. We're doing a lot of cool stuff around genomic medicine and things around that. And then we have this great STEM outreach and education program, and that's kind of where I sit. I sit in the STEM and education and outreach division of DRI, and our job is to make STEM come to life. And I do, I pretty much translate all the cool stuff that our scientists are doing down to the K-12 level, and really hopefully inspire you and get you excited about the possibilities that a STEM career might bring, and maybe open your eyes to some that you might not have even thought about in the past. I want to start though with a quick little survey. So if you have a phone, you could point it to this QR code. If you are on a Chromebook or a laptop, you can enter the www.slido.com and go to the keyword STEM door, and that will get you there. Or you can also just click on the link that is in the chat right now, and the link will take you right to our poll. And the poll is up, and the poll is asking you, if you weren't at school or at home, what would you be doing? So take a few moments and answer our poll today. See a lot of hiking. I see networking for sure. It's great. Let's see if we can see this come to life. There we go.
Get that poll going. Let's get that poll going.
A lot of sleep. People would be sleeping. All right. We have a lot of tired students here.
Wait a minute, guys.
All right. We have people are cleaning the kitchen. I like that. I have a kitchen to clean. Getting to the money. All right. Well, we're going to get there. I promise we're going to get to the money. Sleeping, working. Great. Working on business. Skating. I wonder, is that roller skating or ice skating or or just skateboarding, I would wonder. Great. All right. Sleep and sleeping. Oh boy. A lot of tired people. Hiking. I love hiking. And in fact, I'm going to be hiking this weekend out at the railroad tunnels down by Lake Mead. If you've ever been there, it's a really great hike. Eating. We have some hungry people. All right. Well, I know after this, you'll definitely get some lunch, hopefully, and some soccer players. So great. This is wonderful. And I really appreciate you taking the time to enter that poll. So I'm going to stop this one and I'm going to start a new one. And then the next question is, how familiar are you with careers in STEM? So let's see what kind of responses we get here. How familiar are you with careers in STEM? We have some basic knowledge. Looks like a lot of you are voting here. Good. Votes keep on coming in. Stick with it and vote with me. So we have basic knowledge. This is good. All right, there's some of you who says, what is STEM? So, all right, the pressure's on. The pressure's on today. All right, good. Well, I would say the majority of you then have a basic knowledge on STEM careers. And there's a few of you who know a lot about STEM. So this is really good information for me. I'm going to stop that poll and we're going to do one more. So stick on that page. And the last one is, do you have an idea of what career you're working towards? All right. So take some time and see if you have an idea and share with me if you have an idea of what career you're working towards. Looks like quite a few of you have a good idea of your plan. Some of you know exactly your plan. Okay, all right, some of you are still looking and hoping to explore, which is good. 3% of you have no idea what direction, which I'm happy to see that because I'm going to be sharing some information with you that might steer you in a direction. Great. So we have a good idea. Most of you have a good idea of the plan and what career you want to pursue. At least 50% of you have given it some thought and have a good path forward. So really good information. I appreciate you guys taking time to share that with me today. I'm going to go back to our slideshow. So how did I get here, right? I shared with you my background in early childhood education and in urban leadership, but why am I working at a science research institute? And you've all heard the phrase, when one door closes, another one opens, right? Have you heard that before? I see a lot of head nodding in the chat. You could type in and interact with me. I kind of monitoring the chat. So some people have definitely heard this before. Well, that's kind of what happened to me. My career path was really strange. And I think it's really important for people to share their career paths, especially for young people, to know that what you're thinking of doing today might not be what you end up doing tomorrow. So my path started off, I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what I wanted to do back when I was in junior high school, middle school. I actually wanted to be a rabbi. And a rabbi, for those of you who don't know what a rabbi is, it's like a priest, but in the Jewish faith. And my whole direction was taking me there. Everything I did was to get me to becoming a rabbi. And I graduated high school. I found a program in college because I knew I wanted to be a rabbi. So I just chose an easy path through college, one that I thought might support me in my work. And that was early childhood education. Both my parents were educators. So I thought, oh, this is great. I love working with young people. And also I studied psychology through that as well. And so that kind of tied together. I thought, all right, so I did that. It was a pretty easy path for me through college. And then I went to apply to rabbinic school because that was my only focus. That was my target. And rabbinic school turned me down. And that was a pretty devastating moment in my life when my one path that I knew I wanted to do just never materialized. I got turned down. And what they did was they they said, well, we need you to explore the world before we accept you, and take a year and explore the world and figure out if this truly is the path that you want. That was the wisest thing that anybody's ever told me, because it allowed me to open up a new door. And I did that. They said, explore the world. I did that. I went to live in Europe for 6 months, and took a backpack and traveled all over Europe, and got to meet people and think and explore new ideas and new opportunities. And when I was finished with my travels, I was offered a job in informal education. And informal education basically is anything that happens outside of the classroom, right? So anything like museums, libraries, youth groups, camps. These are the kind of things that I was doing. And I became an informal educator from that. And that took me on my career path to a little more formal education, where I was director of education for a few schools, and left that job and went, again, another door opened. Then I became a consultant for informal education nationwide. And I did consulting around the country in informal education, really sharing best practices and what informal education is about, and how to get young people excited about education. And then that door closed. And then what was I going to do? I was left like kind of struggling and figuring out my next career path, my next move. And a door opened for me in the STEM world. And it was pretty exciting. I became the director of the Science and Technology Festival here in Las Vegas. And not having a big science background and then moving into an executive director of a science and technology festival was something pretty exciting. I mean, my I guess the things that I did well were I was very good at coordinating events and large scale programs. I knew how to talk to people and to get people excited about things. These are all the skills that I learned through working and consulting in informal education. And so they all translated pretty well into this science education realm. And I became the director of the Science and Tech Fest. And then from there, I landed my job here at the Desert Research Institute to really talk about community engagement and science exploration in STEM, where I'm currently sitting now. One of the exciting avenues that I get to do through DRI is I get to work with NASA. Now, NASA, and that kind of explains my shirt, right? I'm totally into space science right now. And how many of you like space science? Just kind of share with me in the chat if you like space science. All right, so Stephen does for sure. You don't like space. Somebody doesn't like space science. Well, all right. Well, I'm going to hopefully make sure that you do, because it's pretty awesome. Abby, thank you for sharing that. Space science to me is fascinating. And I want to share with you just a little bit, a story like this. Have you ever like pinched yourself and said, is this real? This is my story, my NASA story. So when I was a young kid in 1969, I got to see the first astronaut land on the moon. I was at Disneyland with my family, and it was summer. It was July 24th, 1969. And I got to watch the first astronaut landing on the moon. And ever since then, I was fascinated with space science. Never in my wildest dreams would I ever imagine that I would be working with NASA when I was an adult. And it all happened because I walked through this NASA door. I became the first person in the country to pilot a NASA VR experience. And Nevada actually was the first state to bring NASA VR and pilot this program. And gosh, I should really bring it to one of your groups or your classes. If you ever want NASA VR, let me know and I can bring an experience to one of your classes. because it's really fun to kind of go underwater and to learn what an astronaut does. It's pretty exciting to bring this VR program. And then through there, I got this great opportunity to go and speak at a NASA conference, because I piloted this program for NASA, and I got to speak at a NASA conference. And from there, I'm walking around NASA headquarters, and one of my NASA colleagues there takes me up to the Chief Science Officer's office of NASA and sits me down in his office. And he and I just sit and talk for 20 minutes, 30 minutes about Mars and life on Mars and the coolest stuff you'll ever imagine. Again, that was my pinch myself moment. That me, this rabbi, right, or rabbi wannabe, ends up sitting in the Chief Science Officer's office of NASA and talking about NASA Mars exploration. That led me to creating this program that you see on your screen now, NASA OLA. And, OLA stands for hello. I created a bilingual program for NASA in Spanish and English, all around STEM and hands-on learning activities, right? HOLA, hands-on learning activities. And it was a really cool program that I just launched here in Nevada. And again, we're getting some really good accolades across the country. I tell you this story because I want you to know that what I thought I was going to do as a young person was not what I'm doing today. And it's because I was able to walk through that door and say yes to so many opportunities in my life. And for those of you who think, or you shared with me, you think you know what you're going to be doing. What my hope is for you is that you never let a door close, and you're always looking at the next opportunity, and because you can walk through this door and you never know where it's going to take you. So why am I here talking about STEM and STEM education? Well, it's because STEM truly is a path to so many great careers and opportunities. There's a huge demand for STEM jobs. You probably have heard this many times over, but specifically here in Nevada, there are so many jobs that are unfilled, over 78,000 jobs that are unfilled in Nevada right now in STEM careers. I know NV Energy is sponsoring this. I just looked at NV Energy's website. They have 44 jobs right now that are open in STEM related fields just at NV Energy. So you can see that this chart shows you that STEM jobs also pay a higher wage versus non-STEM jobs, over $32 an hour on average for a STEM career in a STEM profession. You can see that our gap here in Nevada is huge compared to the country. We have so many STEM job openings here that are possible for you. Now, you might think, oh, I need to get a degree in order to have a STEM job. And I'm here to prove you wrong. 71% of STEM jobs require less than a bachelor's degree, right? You could do a 2-year program or less, or some even with a high school diploma. You can get a job that is high paying, and you do some on the job training and you work yourself up in that career. So really great opportunities. And I want to just give you some of the sectors that we're looking for people right now in this state. Some of the top STEM industry sectors right now, right? In computing, if you like computers, there's opportunities for you to earn a great salary. And we're over $17,000 people below the national average here in Nevada, 17,000 jobs just in computers alone. So if you have this passion for computers or IT or cybersecurity, there is a demand for that path. And again, you don't necessarily need to have a degree to get in there. Our healthcare, you probably have heard this time and time again, that we are short over 16,000 jobs in healthcare. And healthcare is a STEM field and a STEM career. And look at the salary, the average wage that you can make in the healthcare industry. Education, we have a huge demand for educators, and especially in the STEM fields. And that salary is just, that wage is just going to continue to rise. Actually, that's pretty much on the low end. Those salaries are rising. Engineering fields, for sure, mechanical, industrial, electrical engineers are needed in so many industries here. If you think about all the construction that's going on and all the building that will continue to go on here, that engineers are just in high demand. Advanced manufacturing, you know, Nevada is a magnet for these companies that want to move here. And what they're finding is we don't have the workforce to support them. So we need you to think about becoming a manufacturer, machine tooling, plumbing, electrical, diesel engineer specialists, industrial machinery. So there's a lot of opportunities there in terms of manufacturing and high salary jobs. Physical and life scientists, DRI is always looking for scientists, as well as so many other companies in the science fields. We're looking for really good people who are going to help make a difference in this world. Medicine and chemists and biological and air, land, life, water, renewable energy, climate change. The list goes on and on and on about some science problems and science solutions that we need you to consider helping us on. And construction and mining. You know, Nevada is one of the greatest mining states in the world. And we have so many STEM jobs in mining, and mining jobs aren't what they used to be, right? You think of a miner and you think of the hard hat and the light and your dirty faces, but no, there's mining jobs that require a lot of computing skills, and we're driving drones to do mining, and they're using joysticks just like you would in a video game to do the mining underground. So mining is a completely different profession than it was years ago. And so we need a lot of miners. There's hundreds of jobs in mining that are open right now. And while I'm speaking about jobs and jobs of the future, it's really important to think about the jobs that are here today, but then the jobs that are going to be here in 10, 15, 20 years from now. Because whenever you are thinking about your career and your future, you kind of have to project out. Well, where is it that you want to be, or where is it that you might end up? And it's really challenging for an education system to prepare our young people for jobs of the future, because those jobs don't exist today. They just don't exist. Jobs are created, and there's so many cool opportunities that are happening on a day-to-day basis that are just blossoming. And I wanted to just give you some examples of what those things might look like. Here we have a robot that is pretty much a humanoid. Just take a listen.
Hello there. Thank you for coming today. Hello. Nice to meet you. What is your name? Wonderful. I am Amica. Yes. Thank you so much. You are beautiful.
So, you know, we've seen robots in Disneyland and on movies and things like that, but these robots now have AI included in them. They are able to converse with you on their own and have a full-fledged dialogue and have movements, just like if they were human. And, you know, this is going to be our front desk workers at hotels. This is going to be our fast food workers in the future. And, you know, to think about robots, we're going to need people to develop them. We're going to need people to maintain them. We're going to need people to program them. So while we might be losing the frontline worker at some of these fast food restaurants, it takes 3 or 4 workers to develop the robot who's going to support that and to maintain it. So these are the professions and these are the jobs of the future. Let's see. Here's one that's cool. I actually got to see this in person at the Consumer Electronics Show a few years ago. But, you know, Ubers are going to be flying Ubers very soon. And you're going to be able to get on your cell phone and request a flying Uber that will take you to wherever you want to be. So again, I want you to imagine the future, because it's not too far off. This is going to be happening in the next, probably in the next 5 to 10 years, where we're going to have these flying Ubers around. And we need people who are going to be programming this. A lot of computer technology that goes into this, and a whole slew of other problems that we haven't even thought about that this is going to cause. I mentioned the hotel industry because we do live here in Vegas and we are the entertainment capital of the world. Take a look at this new technology. So basically what you're seeing is a front desk agent right here that is going to, you walk up to this robot and it checks you into your hotel room. It will take your luggage for you, right? It asks if you have luggage. It will open up the little luggage bin. It will take your luggage and it will take it up to your room and put it in your room for you. So you don't even have to do anything. You just go up to this, program it, and leave. Go have a drink or go to the restaurant. And everything will be taken care of for you. So again, these are the things of the future. These are the things that our Imagineers are dreaming up. And these are the jobs that exist today. So like I said, what's going to happen tomorrow? Where are we headed? And what are the jobs that we need to fill and to create? I had the pleasure, I had the opportunity to meet Neil deGrasse Tyson about a month ago. And Neil deGrasse Tyson is one of the world's best astrobiologists. He's probably one of the smartest people in the world. And I had the chance to chat, have a dialogue with him. And one of the things he encouraged everybody in the audience is to major in curiosity. And what do we mean by that? We mean when you go off to college, some of you do have this, right? This path. But what I want you to do is really think about and be curious and to take courses you might not normally take and to think of things you might not normally think and to challenge yourself along the way. Because what he says, what Neil deGrasse Tyson said was, you do hard things. If you do hard things, you could solve hard problems. And think of all the problems in the world. And we need to do those hard things in order to solve those hard problems. So challenge yourself throughout your lives. Challenge yourself in school. Take the hard classes. Don't take the easy way out. If I had to do it all over again, I would probably change my path and I would have taken up more challenging courses in my life. And to really major in curiosity for sure. Because frankly, and all of the adults who are listening in today can attest to this, nobody after school asks you what your grade point average is. Nobody. They don't care. All they care about is that you are challenging yourself, that you're a good human being and contributing to something positively in a different way. And that's what STEM is all about, right? Challenging yourself, creating, innovating, thinking in new ways. So my friends, never, ever be afraid to walk through the door that's open to you because they will open your whole life and your whole career. Walk through that door because we need you to solve tomorrow's problems. Because you never know. One day you might end up at NASA and it's a pretty exciting place to be. So with that, I am open to taking, I think we have about 5-10 minutes. I'm open to taking any questions from you. And I think we can do that through the chat. Or if we're brave enough, we can unmute. I'm also leaving my contact information here if you want to write that down. And if you have a question that you don't get to today, you can always write down my email, and I'm always happy to connect you. There are oftentimes opportunities here at DRI that I've hired some high school students to help me with some of the work here. So if that's something you're passionate about or interested in, you could definitely write to me. And I definitely want to, again, give a shout out and thank you to NV Energy Foundation and to Jobs for Nevada's graduates for this opportunity. And let's open it up to some Q&A.
All right, guys, questions. You know how we do when we have our guests or we have a workshop. There's always, Mr. Rosen talked about a lot of great things, talked about his life a little bit. Let's pick up some of the gems that he has for you.
My favorite color, huh? My favorite color this week is, I think I'm gonna go with blue, like a nice royal blue. How's that? I like the sky, right? I do like the sky blue.
Any questions on STEM? Any questions on Craig's career path? Any of those things? He highlighted quite a few industries that are involved with STEM. Does anybody have any questions about those industries, from the computer technology, right, to healthcare?
Yeah, you could just think about all the STEM careers. Oh, did somebody unmute?
My name's Karina from
Hi,
Canyon
Karina.
Springs, and I was interested in the engineering from STEM.
Great. What kind of engineering are you interested in?
My question is, what opportunities is there as an engineer, available as an engineer?
Great question. Yeah. So engineering can take you in so many different directions. So if you think of engineering, maybe I can push back a bit. Was it environmental engineering, mechanical engineering, theatrical engineering?
I was thinking mechanical engineering.
Mechanical.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So mechanical engineering. I mean, if you think about, gosh, I wish my camera's not pointing to the right place, but I look out at this dome that's being built here in Las Vegas. Some of you might have seen it. It's the MSG Sphere. It's going to be one of the largest dome buildings ever constructed. It's pretty cool, and it's going to house concerts inside. It's going to be so technologically advanced here. But mechanical engineers definitely are involved in construction for sure, and also working in a lot of environmental components as well. So mechanical engineers are involved in energy. As we talked about, NV Energy Foundation's here, but they employ a lot of mechanical engineers. And just in a lot of industry. We have some great mechanical engineering programs here in Nevada that are offered through our universities. So if that's something you would like to pursue, you should definitely check those programs out. And I applaud you, because if you're an engineer, you wrote your ticket to anything.
Yes.
It's pretty cool profession.
All right, thank you.
Alex asks, how far are we from creating renewable, sustainable energy? Well, I mean, we're doing this now, right? We have so many different renewable energy and sustainable energy sources, solar, wind, hydroelectric power, biofuel, biopower. We are definitely pushing the boundaries and trying to come up with additional ones. In fact, the bio one is going to be explored even further. So we're doing some really good work, and Nevada is leading the way, especially in solar energy. If you can just imagine, right? We have this renewable resource, sustainable resource, pretty much 365 days a year. So, solar energy is pretty popular here. And what's happening now in the solar world is we're really trying to develop battery storage so that when we capture the solar energy, we can store it and use it throughout the evening. So it's really exciting work. And I appreciate you asking about the energy sector. Great jobs to be had and a lot of good future careers in energy because we definitely need it. And even energy with NASA, you know, I work, like I said, I work closely with NASA. They hire a lot of energy experts because, you know, one day we're going to be colonizing Mars. We're going to send people up to Mars. And if you think about that, how do we create energy, sustainable energy up in another planet? So really great, big issues to tackle. Question about microorganisms found on Mars. Is there life on Mars? Great question. I really appreciate that question because something that we're actually studying here at DRI, believe it or not. We have scientists, we have a number of scientists who are doing this study. We got funding from NASA to conduct this research. And the thinking about life on Mars is if we could detect life in extreme environments, and if you think about extreme environments, we have one of the most extreme environments just down the street from us in Death Valley, where it gets to over 120, 125 degrees in the summer, maybe even hotter. And if life can exist in that extreme environment, chances are very, very likely that life will be on Mars as well. And so we are studying that, and we have detected life in Death Valley. And therefore, it is our conclusion that life could be sustainable on Mars. So it's something that we're excited about. In fact, the latest rover that just landed on Mars last year is doing that exploration right now. It's digging core samples into the Mars surface, and it's storing those core samples. And in about 10 years or so, we're going to be bringing those core samples back to Earth to study. So that's going to be the first time that we're bringing actual samples from Mars back to Earth. And then it will open up a whole world of information for us about whether or not there's life on Mars. And hopefully I'm alive to see that and to witness that, but you certainly will be. Questions about Area 51 here in Nevada. I am not able to talk about Area 51, unfortunately.
So good stuff, guys. Good questions on the engineering and renewable energy, sustainable energy, right? Because that's definitely some things we have to plan for and think about. Mr. Rosen does have a potential project coming up soon. We're going to have more information on that in regards to STEM. So just throw a big thank you to Mr. Craig Rosen from DRI in the chat. We appreciate your time, sir, on the STEM careers and the information on STEM. We do have a short video from our sponsors, Kinross Gold Mine, to close us out. And our next workshop is going to be the College and Career Fair that starts at 11:15. We have a lot of live vendors that you guys will be able to interact with, just like you're interacting here, and be able to walk to their table virtually. And ask questions and get involved, right? So be curious. So one of the takeaways that I had from Mr. Rosen's talk with us today was be curious, right? So seek that knowledge, be curious. And on the chat, let's see here. I got one more. If you do hard things, you can solve hard problems. So again, Mr. Rosen, thank you so much. And if we can cue that video for the staff, and then we might have a video, we might have a giveaway after the video, guys. So stay with us.
Yeah, hang on one second. I just gotta
enjoyed learning about careers in STEM. My name is Marianne Adams from Kinross Round Mountain Gold. Mining has many jobs that are considered STEM-based, and mine is just one of them. My job is a drone operator and senior survey lead for Kinross Gold.
How are you?
Not only do we get to fly the drone for special projects, end of month and post blasts, but we get to work with many of the departments within the mine, including mine planning, geology, geotech, and the mine department. Make sure to visit the Kinross booth at the College and Career Fair for more information about STEM careers.
Okay, let's do it. Jump on. Jump on. Let's do it. Hey, guys. So I just got word. We do have a giveaway for you if you're on right now. And it's because it's STEM, because we're doing science, technology, math, right? Anybody want a drone?
Anybody want a drone?
If you're interested in taking home a drone today, throw yes in the chat for the one time.
We want a drone. We want a drone.
Not you, Miss Robin, not you. I'm talking about the kids.
Miss Robin.
Okay.
Yes.
So throw that. I see. Let's go. So we are going to do a drone giveaway. And we're going to figure out what we're doing here. Miss Bright.
I got you. Okay, so in the chat, guys, we're going to do a drone giveaway. I'm going to have a number. I'm going to have this pink piece of paper. You won't see it. There's no number on it. I'm going to write a number on it. I'm going to fold it up, and you're going to guess the number in the chat, the one that comes close to the number or accurate to the number. Matter of fact, Mr. Rosen, can we use you? Put a mystery number on a piece of paper.
Oh, you want me to do the number?
Yes.
All right.
Put a mystery number on a piece of paper. Let's put it in between numbers 1 through 100. 1 through 100. Oh, the number's going in already. I didn't even say 1 through what?
I'm not looking. I'm not looking.
Okay.
Between
Put your
1 and
mystery
100,
number on. We're going to give away a drone for the STEM projects. These people that want to learn the STEM, science, technology, engineering, math.
Numbers are going in the chat. Numbers are going in the chat. We might have to.
You got your number? Okay, numbers in the chat. Everybody in? Ooh-wee. Okay.
Not multiple numbers. Oh,
yeah, just one number, guys.
They're doing too much. Hold on. We gotta
okay,
pause.
Stop. Everybody stop.
Pause on this.
Stop. We don't need multiple numbers. Okay, this is the rules. Guys, this is the rules. Scratch that. Numbers, everybody needs to put one number in from numbers 100 to 200. 100 to 200. From 100 to 200. And only put your number in once. Only put your number in once, please.
Okay. Starting now?
Yes, 100 to 200. Only put your number once. All right.
Okay.
Okay, we're about to stop. I'm closing off. When I put close in the chat, it's closed. Put close in the chat, Mr. Centers. I'm not at the clock. We're closing it right.
Oh, no. Damn it, till we
turn it off. You can't play. Alex, you can't play. These is for students. Students only. Okay, you close this, Mr. Centers.
All
right.
Miss V.
AD, their track practice is from
Miss V.
4
Wait
to
a minute.
5:30 today.
All right, Mr. Rosen, show us your number.
The number is 172.
172. Let's scroll back down to here. Nope.
You can't put it in now.
I know you can't put it in now, guys.
172 was the winner. I think I saw a few with 173.
Yeah, I saw 173.
I saw 173 before we closed it.
No.
I
don't either, but we need this button.
Let's see. Hold on.
The first one I saw was a
What'd you
person
say,
named
Chad? I'm sorry.
No, I have my student right here, but I had.
For your name? Oh, okay, that's fine.
But I put 169. That's the winner.
Cody
right
had
there.
173 and Peyton Nelson. So I had 173. That's Cody. That's who we saw.
Yep.
Who's the first? Yeah, was that the first one?
Mm-hmm.
The first 173?
Yes.
That's over.
From Cody?
Versus right is under.
So I would go back and look and see Peyton had 172, but I don't know if that was right at the time we closed it or before.
Well, when I put close in the chat, was it before my message?
I can't go in and look at the. Okay, we'll take Cody and we'll take Peyton, and I'm gonna go back and review the details of the chat, and I will announce the winners this evening, this afternoon. Thank you.
Awesome.
Congratulations, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Rosen.
All right, so somebody's getting a drone. It's out of 2 people. Thank you, Craig, for helping us out with that. And hopefully that drone pilot soon will be reaching out to you to get some more information when it comes to STEM.
Hey, can I give a quick plug?
Absolutely.
If you're in Las Vegas on May 4th at DRI, we're having an open house tied to Star Wars. It's going to be from 4 to 7:30 p.m. on our campus. We have scientists showcasing their stuff. We have robots here. It should be a really good day. May 4th is Star Wars Day right here at DRI, 4 to 7:30 p.m.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. So, guys, we appreciate it. And this will wrap up this live session. The next session is the College and Career Fair. Once you go back into the lobby, you'll be able to click on the College and Career Fair and then start selecting our exhibitors that are there. Please visit as many exhibitors as you can. You're gonna click on the box to the right. If it says chat, they will be on there live to talk to you, answer any questions, and potentially give you job and career opportunities. All right, guys, thank you. We'll see you on the other side.
Now we're going back to.
Don't close.